Hi everyone. As you know, you are required to prepare reflection notes as part of your final examination. So in order to assist you in preparing or in practicing for your reflection notes, okay, we have prepared this writing guide for reflection notes. Okay, for especially for EM students, okay, who are going to prepare this for your final examination. Okay, this writing guide is prepared in two languages, in BM and also in English. Okay, the first part is the BM version of the guide, and then we come to the second part, which is in English. Okay, I am going to discuss the English part because of the fact that we have international student that cannot understand Malay. Okay, so English is for the sake of this international student. So first of all, what is reflection note? According to University of Birmingham, reflection is a purposeful activity in which you analyze experiences or your own practice, skills, responses in order to learn and improve. The key word here is your. Okay, your own experiences, your own practices or skills and responses. So it means that the reflection comes from within the student, okay, from what he has learned, he or she has learned in class. Okay, he or she will process the information or will process the knowledge and reflect on the knowledge. Okay, reflect means thinking deeply on the things that he learned in class or observed during the duration of the course. Okay. For students, a reflection note is a piece of writing that can show if learning has taken place. It can be used before, during, and after lessons, either as a tool for teaching and learning or assessment. So in the case of, in your case, okay, reflection note is being used as assessment. What are the differences between and similarity between reflection notes and academic essays? The similarity is both RN and academic essay have introduction, body, and conclusion. So in terms of format, both academic essay and reflection note have heading, introduction, body, the main text, and then the conclusion or concluding remarks. Now, the differences between your reflection notes and academic essays. The first one is the voice. The main difference between RN and normal essay is RN tends to be personal in nature, which is based on the writer's individual experience, perception, and personal opinion. So it means that you have to use the first person voice. Okay? The active voice. For instance, here you can find some examples, okay, such as I was surprised at how other members. I sometimes felt. I did not want to appear cynical. So it's different from your normal or your conventional academic essay, whereby you use the passive voice. It is stated that, or it is observed that, or you know. Referring to the subject matter, the building law is about so and so. Okay, so in a reflection note, okay, you use more the first person voice. Okay, my thoughts or my opinion or I think. Okay, to show that there has been a process of analysis. Of estimate of engagement lah, dipanggil engagement between what you have learned and observed during the course of the semester, okay, and you put it into writing. That shows your opinions, your feelings, and so on. The second difference is the body of reflection notes may contain description. It may contain description of whatever is being asked, whether it can be either an event or a topic. Okay. It may also contain, besides description, feelings, your thoughts or feelings. I feel that I was surprised that I was surprised to learn that so and so. I was amazed for instance, I was amazed that even though the Strata Management Act has been enforced since 2015, there's only one sub-MC, for instance. So you use the way of writing to express your feelings. So I was surprised. I was amazed. Okay. Then, but this is optional. Okay, the feelings is optional. Evaluation, whether you think that the topic is negative or positive, whether the event or the happening, the occurrence is positive or negative, in what way? If it's negative, in what way? If it's positive. Okay, analysis, elaboration on the evaluation. If you say it's negative, how so? Why? Okay, if you say it's positive, how or why? Conclusion, whereby you draw the main observation or observations, okay, and you highlight again, yeah, the main observation or observations. And after that, what you think you would do with the information in the future, whether in your life or during your working days. So action plan, some recommendations. Okay. Therefore, it says that reflection notes is not merely descriptive, but also must be analytical in nature. So the analysis part is this one, evaluation, whether negative or positive, and also the analysis, the elaboration on the evaluation. Okay? And finally, the main difference is referencing. Essay has formal references. You use the APA 6, for instance, David 2008. But reflection notes has non-formal references from sources such as social media of professional bodies, online newspaper, or lecture notes. For instance, you can write in the BOVIAP Facebook page, I read about, or you can write, I remember a report in TV3 News. I remember reading in Star Online. I remember reading in a blog or something like that. Okay, it's informal in nature. For example, I remember in a lecture about SMA, the lecturer mentioned, I remember in the lecture on the property development, the lecturer mentioned so and so. Okay? So you refer to a point, you refer to a source, okay, which is less formal than an academic essay. You don't use this format, okay, the APA format, which is David 2008. Brown 2010, Brown 2011. You don't use that. It's more informal referencing, but must be done. Okay, references must be included in your reflection notes. Now, how do we use? Okay, how do we use the reflection notes in terms of your assessment? For the department, the reflection notes will be used as a component of summative assessment. Which is after the course syllabus has been delivered. So it's at the end of the semester during your exam week. Here, reflection notes will be prepared by students in a period within the exam week, which will be informed in the RN brief. Now, RN brief is essentially the instruction document. We call it RN, reflection note brief. So in the reflection note brief, okay, which the lecturers will upload on Spectrum during the exam week, okay, you will find instructions in terms of what to write, okay, the topic to write, or the topic to reflect on, okay, the number of words, okay, how to submit, when to submit, okay, so all the relevant information regarding what to write, regarding when to submit, will be provided inside the reflection note brief. Okay, brief number dia. Then, what will be your responsibility in terms of reflection note preparation? You will prepare reflection notes during exam week. You will be given 1 week to prepare the reflection notes. The reflection note brief will be uploaded on Spectrum, and you will be notified immediately once the lecturer has uploaded the RN brief on Spectrum. The student, this will happen during the exam week. Okay, so exam week will start from 29th of June until 12th of July. So it's any time after 29 June. Students will prepare the reflection notes and submit the reflection notes via Spectrum before the end of the given period. So what is the format? So something that you can, to tell you from now so that you will not be surprised when it comes to writing the reflection notes. Content, okay? In terms of content, it must contain, but it's not restricted to the cover page, introduction, body, and conclusion. So you must have, as in any normal assignment, the cover page, which contains your matrix number, the course code, and the number of words. Okay, and the introduction. Okay, introduction meaning some background on the reflection note that you are about to write. The context of the reflection notes, the objective of the reflection notes, and the structure. Structure means, okay, you outline or you tell the reader, firstly, I'm going to write about, maybe you have in the body, you have three points, okay? So you may tell the reader, firstly, I'm going to write about so and so. This will be followed by, okay, a discussion on so and so. And finally, the discussion will move to so and so. Okay, the reflection note will then be concluded, okay, with the conclusion section. So that shows you the structure of the reflection note. That is meant by this one, structure of reflection notes. Is when you tell the reader what you are going to write subsequently in your note, so that the reader can anticipate, okay, what they will read in your reflection notes. Now, body, here it says, the body, what is the content of the body? The body must address the specific RN brief given by the course lecturer. Like I said, the question will be contained inside the RN brief, which will be given to you during the exam week. Not now, okay? It will be during the exam week. Now, number of words is between 1,500 to 2,000 words, okay, which is about 1.5, 1 page and a half to 2 pages long. You may type or you may handwrite. The note may be typed or may be handwritten. Type, if you type it, you use font of Arial, size 12, single spacing, justified, and page numbered. Actually, it's only 2 pages, right? So shouldn't be any problem for you to do the page numbering. Or you can write using your handwritten. Again, for both ways. So if you decide to handwrite, okay, to do a handwritten note, what you do is you take a photo of your note and then you submit the picture on Spectrum. Now, the marking rubric. So you can see here, okay, we have a mark between, or a range between 1 to 10. 1 is weak, 10 is excellent, okay? And in the middle, you have sufficient, which is 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you have satisfying, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, the marking will be divided into introduction, body, conclusion, and the format, okay? So for the introduction, okay, it says here comprehensive, must be comprehensive and clear background, context, and objective. Must contain these items, okay? Must contain comprehensive and clear background, must contain context, and also the objective. And the objective of this RN is to, so it's quite simple, to inform the reader about the observations I made during the semester with regard to this topic, okay? For instance, then the introduction also provides the structure. Like I said before, you outline. Okay, firstly, I will discuss blah, blah, blah. After that, or subsequently, I'm going to discuss blah, blah, blah. Next, I am going to provide an explanation on so and so. Finally, I will conclude this note with da, da, da. Okay, so that is the structure of the reflection notes. And the body, okay, for the marking, for the marks, we will, there are 4 elements under body. So the first one is, it must contain both descriptive and analytical contents. So you don't just dwell on the descriptive aspect, okay, of the topic. there must also be evaluation and also analysis just now. So evaluation and analysis will be combined to become analytical contents. Dia more on a deeper level than merely describing the topic, kan? So you will say whether it's positive or negative, or if it's negative, why, if it's positive, why. Then, okay, the lecturer will evaluate on the achievement of the course learning outcome that is stated in the RN brief, whether your body reflects the course learning outcome. So for each course, you have the respective course learning outcomes. Okay, so for the reflection note, it may test only one course learning outcome. The lecturer will put that particular CLO in the RN brief. Okay, so you will have to write your reflection based on the topic and also based on the whatever is being tested under the course learning outcome. You must also touch on that. Okay, so again, if you don't know your course learning outcome, go and have a look at your course pro forma. There will be 3 course learning outcomes. The lecturer may ask either CLO1, CLO2, or CLO3, okay, for the reflection notes. Then the originality, the original thoughts, perception, or feelings. That is, how does the lecturer evaluate this? The originality is written in the active voice, the first person voice. I, my, mine. Okay? That shows the reader is the students. That shows the reader the student's commitment to being reflexive. So reflexive, like I said before, it means that it's your own personal observation or your own personal thoughts. Kan? Reflexive means from inside. So it's not just vomiting facts, keluarkan fakta lagi. No, we don't want that. We want your personal opinion, your personal thoughts on the subject. And then for the body, adequate and relevant referencing, at least 2 references. Like I said before, the references for the reflection notes, okay, are not formal, bukan, not formal references. They are informal references. So it could be easy for you, okay, because you may use the references relates to real world issues or scenarios from that you get from social media. For instance, okay, from social media, what kind of social media pages? Professional bodies, Facebook, such as the BOVIAP, PHAM, MIPFM, MIEA, Valuers Group. So make a point from now to go on Facebook and visit all these professional bodies to find anything that is related to what you are learning under your own course. Okay, if it's relevant, bear that in mind. Try to keep that in mind and try to process that. You need not memorize. I'm just saying that you just need to expand your knowledge outside whatever you learn in the classroom, to go and explore real world issues or scenarios from social media. So you go to the professional bodies Facebooks, you go to online newspaper, and also what you can do is simply just look again at the lecture notes. Okay, when you during the exam week, when you are required to write your reflection notes, you can refer back, you can have a look, browse through your lecture notes. But having said that, you need not quote, you don't need to quote specifically from the Facebook page or from the online media, online newspaper, or from the lecture notes. It's just something that you can refer to from the Facebook page of the BOVIAP on issues of illegal property managers, for instance. So that is good enough. Okay. And finally, 2 points under conclusion: concise concluding statement that contains the main reflection of the specific course learning outcome. Only one. Try to, from all your discussions, okay, in the body, try to find the one that is the most striking. That is the most important discussion from the body, and bring that to the conclusion. Write again about that. Okay, what you learn from your observation. Okay, concise action plan and what you recommend. How you can use that for your future career, for instance, or how the government can improve on that particular problem in the future, for instance. How to incorporate the lesson learned in the future. And the format, 2 points regarding to format. Okay, you have good flow that facilitates readers' understanding of the notes. Okay, flow, like I said just now, if you do your structure well, then it will help you to write your reflection note. Okay, so make sure that you practice that from now, writing the structure. Relatively free from gross grammatical errors. Okay, now we understand that most of us may not have perfect English writing, perfect writing skills. That's fine. Okay, what I'm saying, what we decided here to put it gross grammatical errors is when, okay, it's the grammar, not grammar, the maybe you use the wrong grammar to describe something that has happened in the past until people got confused, for instance. Or you use the future tense when to describe something that's happening now, until again it confuses the reader what you're trying to say. So when there are confusion, when there is confusion caused by the wrong grammar, okay, which cause the reader to lose or to feel very difficult to follow your argument, then we can penalize you here. Okay, the full mark is 10. So maybe we see here if it's sufficient. If it's sufficient, we just give 5 or 4. But if your note is fully understood, even though there's little English errors or grammatical errors, we may give you 8, 9, 10. So don't worry about that so much. I'm just talking here about gross grammatical errors. Grammar that is so bad until it confuses people, or making reading very hard. Okay, making understanding very hard. So this is the grading. The grading of your reflection notes. We have A. Okay, so A is an exceptional note that reads well. We have good flow. Manages to balance descriptive and analytical contents that address the course learning outcome, strong reflective statements that show students deep thinking and immersion in the course learning outcome. Also regarding references, good referencing. A to A minus, excellent RN. So the difference between A plus and A to A minus is this one, where mostly the strong reflective statements. Okay, for A to A minus, mostly. So some of your statements may be analytical but quite weak. More, they are analytical, mostly analytical statements. Okay, some descriptive, most analytical, but then the analytical part is quite weak. Maknanya level tu tak cukup dalam. Okay. B plus to B, okay, a good RN. So not excellent anymore, but a good RN that reads fairly well. The flow is okay, but with more descriptive than analytical content. So anything that has more description rather than analysis, we put it here, B plus and below. Okay, so anything that has a balance of descriptive and analytical is A minus and above. Okay. B plus to B, a good RN that reads fairly well with more descriptive than analytical contents that somewhat address the course learning outcomes. Mostly contain descriptive rather than analytical statements that show your only a surface thinking and processing of the course learning outcome. There's no deep thinking or there's no deep engagement with the topic or with the course. We can the lecturer can easily recognize when a student has not been engaging with the course. It's when the person only gives examples from the lecture notes, for instance. But when the student gives examples from real life situations or from Facebook pages of professional bodies, we know that the student made the effort during the course to go beyond the classroom to do some deep learning of his own. So that's why he will he will get more, or he will be more reflective on the course lah, and the course learning outcomes. If he goes beyond the classroom, because that shows that engagement is there, or his effort is there to know more, to learn more, to apply more of what he learns in class to the outside world. B-2, C is a fair note with mixed good and bad statements with mostly descriptive content that somewhat addresses the course learning outcome. Lacking analytical statements, showing the students' lack of engagement with the reflective note. Brief, maknanya you tak understand, you don't read the brief. You simply go in and just write kan, without reading the question or reading the instruction in the reflection note brief. Whereas in the RN brief, the instruction, the CLO that is being tested is there. Okay, so you must read the brief carefully. However, okay, so you still pass when it still shows originality. You still use your own words or your own opinions, okay, and not merely copy paste. C and below, sorry, below C fail, okay, is a very poor reflection notes that lacks structure. There's no no flow to your note. Lack of content, there's no introduction, no conclusion, no analytical content, mainly copy-pasted contents from sources. Maybe you copy-paste from your lecture notes. Maybe you copy-paste from newspaper, or online newspaper, online news. That is not what we expect to see in a reflection notes. We expect to see at least C lah and above kan. But hopefully you'll be able to get A's, because like we say, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just something that shows that you apply the knowledge after learning in class, okay, reflecting on it, then you will be able to write a good reflection. Okay, I think that's all. Your lecturers will do exercises with you. Keep on doing the exercises to make sure that you learn the correct technique in writing reflection notes. Okay, so like I said before, there's it's an open essay. It's an open maknanya it's not really strict. Tak ada right or wrong answer. It's very subjective. But the thing is, after learning the technique, is learning how to incorporate your experiences or your opinions or whatever you have read before in the reflection note, together with the learning outcome or course learning outcome being tested. Okay, so that's all on my sharing regarding the guide to writing reflection note. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask your respective lecturers on the topic. Okay, thank you for listening and have a good day.